What is up? And today we're going to get into some NFL football. But before we get started, I just want to tell you guys to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share this with your friends and family, and to continue to support my channel. We are going to get into some NFL football that happened over the weekend. And it was some good games over this past weekend, as well as Monday night. And there's a thing that stuck out to me over this past weekend when it comes to the NFL. And I want to give a shout out to two individuals. And those two individuals is Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles and Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. And I got to tell you guys, this MVP race is heating up. It's heating up. I thought both Lamar Jackson and Saquon Barkley played fantastic this past weekend. Saquon Barkley in particular against the LA Rams. He had 26 carries for 255 yards. I mean, he was unbelievable. And 2 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 3. I gotta recheck that. But he was awesome. He was unbelievable in that game. And he's been on an unbelievable stretch, if we're keeping it real. He has been unbelievable over the course of the season. Now he has 1,392 rushing yards. He's averaging 6.2 yards per carry, and he has 10 touchdowns. I mean, he's been on a heater this season, and quite frankly, he's been a great addition for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles just, I don't know what the New York Giants were thinking, just letting them go to the Eagles, but he's been incredible. He has been incredible. He's making big plays. And quite frankly, he's carrying that Eagles offense. And on the other side, we have Lamar Jackson, who, once again, he's just leading the Baltimore Ravens offense. And they had a great win over the LA Chargers, 30-23. His numbers weren't super eye-popping. He only had 186 yards passing. He had 2 touchdowns, but I think he was like 16 for 26. So he was efficient when he was throwing the ball, and he was making plays with his legs. And you had Derrick Henry as well. He had a big game. And so I say all this to say with Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson, again, like he's leading the NFL in passing with over 3,000 yards. And he has 27 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions, and his quarterback rating is 117.9, and his QBR is 75. Both lead the NFL. And so we're getting a great year out of Lamar Jackson when it comes to the quarterbacks. And we're getting a great year out of Saquon Barkley for the Eagles when it comes to running backs. And so this thought has been on my mind, and quite frankly, I'm sure it's been on the national media's mind as well, because this is going to be a talking point moving forward. But who's the NFL MVP? Who is the MVP of the NFL? Is it Saquon Barkley? Is it Lamar Jackson? Or maybe is it Josh Allen, who didn't play this past weekend, but he's been pretty good, even though he doesn't really have the numbers in the statistical case that Lamar Jackson and Saquon Barkley have. And look, in my opinion, I actually think Josh Allen is third behind those two. I would have, it would be Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson as like the 2 leading candidates in my eyes. And so it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But who's the MVP? Who should be the MVP at this moment? Because to me, and I've gone back and forth over it over the course of the past few weeks, but at this moment in time, I'm going to have to give the edge to Saquon Barkley. Like, I really do. Saquon Barkley has been unbelievable, and I love Lamar Jackson. I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. But when you look at where the Philadelphia Eagles started the season, they didn't start the season off too good. They were 2-2. struggling to find an identity on offense. There was this, issue with Nick Sirianni, the head coach, whether or not he's making good decisions, on the coaching front. He hasn't been great situationally. You've seen fans complain about him. But I got to tell you guys, when you look at how the Philadelphia Eagles have looked lately, they have found themselves. They have found an identity. And that identity starts with Saquon Barkley and his ability to run the football. You look at where Philadelphia, is right now and how they are winning football games. They are winning football games because they are handing that ball off to Saquon Barkley, and Saquon Barkley is making magic happen each and every Sunday. He's putting up big yardage numbers. Like I said, he had 255 yards rushing against a pretty good Rams team on Sunday night. He has home run hitting ability. He's running for 70 to 80 plus yards, just having big long runs every week. Making people miss, running through people. He has been special, as special can be at the running back position. And look, let's be honest when it comes to Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen Hurts, earlier at the start of the season, he was not good. He was not playing too good. He was turning the football over and making mistakes. And what the Eagles have done is just say, you know what, we're going to limit Jalen Hurts' throwing attempts. We're going to limit him to throwing the ball around, 20 to 25 times. And we're just going to let this be the Saquon Barkley show. And Saquon Barkley is delivering each and every week. I mean, and look, I said on this same YouTube channel, like I was campaigning that Bijan Robinson of my Falcons was the best running back in the football. And I gotta say, I might be wrong about that. And it's not even a knock on Bijan Robinson, because I love him and I think he has the potential to be the best running back in football. But Saquon Barkley is on it. He is on it like no other. He's on it. He is doing a great job of carrying the Philadelphia Eagles offense. He's making plays happen, not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. I think he had like 4 catches in that same game against the Rams as well. And look, the Philadelphia Eagles are 9-2. I mean, what else is there to say? They're 9-2. They're on I want to say an 8-game winning streak or something like that. And so I got to hand it to Philadelphia. They look great. And the defense is doing their share as well. They're holding their end of the bargain. But Saquon Barkley, I can't say enough about what he is doing this season. And if I'm a New York Giant fan, I mean, it has to hurt. It has to hurt that you let this dude walk to your rival, not just any team. You allow this man to walk, and I'm talking about Saquon Barkley. You allow him to walk to your rival, the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants have been rivals for years, dating back 20 to 30 years. Real rivals. And this man walked, and he's doing this. I mean, whoa, man. As a New York Giant fan, it has to hurt. It has to hurt to see Saquon Barkley doing this thing. But he's been awesome. He's been awesome. And look, Lamar Jackson, he's been really good as well. Like I said, I don't think this MVP race is over. I think this thing is going to be tight, nip and tuck. But Lamar Jackson, I've enjoyed watching him this season. The way that he's improved as a thrower, he's making plays from the pocket. He's making plays with his legs, as like he always does, and just the way he's progressed as a thrower of the football. Like, people have knocked this man for not being able to throw the football in the past, and maybe that was the reason why he wasn't drafted as early as he should have been. But Lamar Jackson has done a hell of a job of proving those haters wrong, because he can throw the football from the pocket. He can throw it on the run, and he is making plays in the Baltimore Ravens offense as must-see TV. But this is why at the moment I lean Saquon Barkley instead of Lamar Jackson, though. Is, you got to look at the record. The Eagles' record is really good. I think they have a better record at 9-2, and the Ravens are 8-4. And so you have to take into account the record, right? Like you just do. And also, when you look at the Ravens, like Derrick Henry's been really good as well. Like it's not just Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry, who's second, by the way, he's second in the NFL in rushing. So he's running the football well, taking some pressure off Lamar. And so when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, it's kind of like a two-headed tandem with Lamar and Derrick Henry as the show. Whereas you look at Philadelphia, I just think Saquon Barkley is everything to their team. I think he is everything and then some. I don't think the Eagles would be where they are record-wise without Saquon Barkley doing what he's doing. I just don't think they will be where they are because, like I mentioned, Jalen Hurts struggled earlier in the year. He struggled early in the year. And the Eagles just decided, you know what, we're just going to take the ball out of your hands and we're just going to put it in Saquon Barkley's hands and we're just going to be a running football team, a run-first football team. And it has paid dividends for the Philadelphia Eagles up to this point. They're just getting better and better and better. And look, I gotta admit this. Like I said this, you know, when I did my NFL preview on my YouTube channel. Like I predicted the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles would meet in the NFC Championship game. I did. I said it. I predicted it. And up to this point, that's looking like a legit possibility right now. The Eagles and the Lions in the NFC Championship game. I mean, I gotta say, man, it's looking pretty smart right now. I am. But again, it all goes back to Saquon Barkley. Like he has been everything for the Eagles, just running the ball, you know, making big plays as a runner, making big plays as a passer. And he's doing a nice job of just taking the pressure off of Jalen Hurts and really off of their whole team. You know, he's making life easier for a guy like A.J. Brown, who's still a stud wide receiver in his own right. He's making life easier for Devontae Smith, you know, and Goddard. And so I got to give credit where credit is due. The Philadelphia Eagles look really good. And to me, it starts with Saquon Barkley. And again, as I've stated before, I think as of today, if I had to pick who I would lean to be the MVP at this very moment, I would lean Saquon Barkley.